Okay, welcome back to the channel. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you would have seen the old Rodeo feature in a few videos, from camping and hunting trips away to some of the DIY mods I've done on the vehicle. I thought it was a good opportunity to finally get through and do a rig rundown. So there's been a few people asking about different aspects of the Rodeo. I thought I'd summarise it into one video, just to give you kind of a general rundown on the ute. Okay, what is it? It's a 2000 TF Holden Rodeo. It is a 3.2 litre petrol version, and it's done just under 200,000 Ks. I think it's about 500 Ks off to ticking over the 200,000 K mark. I've had it for around 8-9 years, and I think I picked it up for about 10, maybe it was 11 grand at the time. And to date, it hasn't given me a single problem. So, been super reliable. I average around 16 litres per 100 Ks. And yeah, it's been a great ute. Okay, first few mods on it. It does have an 85 litre fuel tank, so it's running the larger fuel tank, which gives me around 550 Ks on it. And then now what I thought I might do is just start running around the different aspects and yeah, just giving you a bit of a rundown. First of all, the bull bar and side steps, I don't actually know where they're from. I bought it with these already installed, so if you do know what type it is, I'd love to know. It's been great. The only thing I would like would be a winch cradle. There's no winch on this ute, so it's pretty much, I just got to take it easy. I don't push it. It's pretty much just to get me to my hunting and camping spots, and I'm not up trying to winch my way up tracks or anything like that. It's more just a cruiser or a tourer or a camper, but not pushing it. I don't want to brake too much, and it's not really set up for that. Okay, up front, what we're running is just some King's 9-inch spotties. I just spray painted the covers black, but yeah, just standard cheap spotties. I'm also running some eBay LED headlights, so they're a bit of an upgrade, a lot better than the original bulbs that I was running. And finally, up front, I just have a pretty standard Oricom two-way. So yeah, cheap little unit, but does the job for what I need. Okay, on the side, I managed to pick up the snorkel and side panel for 50 bucks. So I got that installed, does and looks the job. The ute is running a 2-inch lift throughout, and it is running airbags on the back. They came with it. Not that I've really used it too much. I don't really use it to tow or anything, but it does have airbags in the back. Okay, tyres. I am running just the Cooper Discoverer STTs in 32-inch. Had them for years, super reliable, expensive to purchase, but they have lasted. They are, excellent tyre, and no complaints there. Okay, so we'll just make our way along the vehicle, just running some Pro Racks with a eBay roof rack. Looks good. Just throw some light stuff up there. I've also got my max tracks, or the recovery tracks, mounted up the top. Haven't used this a hell of a lot yet, but we'll see. Down the track, I think it's going to be quite helpful. King's awning. What is it? I think it's 1.5 by 1.5 awning. Does the job. Yeah, super simple, but yeah, does the job. The canopy. I was originally running a canvas canopy, but probably about a year ago or a year and a half ago, I upgraded to this 1.2 meter MW canopy, which I then bully lined. So I've done a video on the bully liner. A lot of people ask how it's held up, and excellent. Like, I didn't do the best job probably for my first time, but it has lasted and is looking fine. On top of the canopy, I've got a eBay solar panel mounted up, which is running through to my AGM battery inside, which I'll show you shortly. But the solar panel AGM battery combo works great. This is probably one of my favorite mods, super handy, is I mounted a 45 litre water tank underneath. I've then plumbed it up to a 6 litre per minute water pump, and the end result is running water. So yeah, super handy. Just been able to either hook up for a bit of a shower. I pretty much drink the water out of the tank, tastes fine to me, and just use it for general camping. So yeah, definitely that is one of my best go-to mods, love it, so good. And just to show you, the water pump's just hooked in here. So there's the water pump, and then finally I've just hard mounted my compressor into there. So yeah, nice and simple, easy to air up when you need to. It hasn't leaked. The seals are a bit dodgy now, so we'll see how it goes, but so far so good. Not much to mention for the back here. I suppose the one thing is I love the 1.2 meter canopy. This is what I do, is I set up the Weber at the back here. I've also got my water tank fill up point here, and just, yeah, good workable area that I use to cook off and prepare. The only other thing is just got a rod holder up here, and yeah, pretty standard. So that pretty much gives you a rundown of the outside of the ute. Now I'll just quickly show you inside the canopy. Nothing amazing, but simple, effective setup that works for me. Let's open up the canopy. 1.2 meter. There it is, pretty simple, basic setup. What I have is just one of the King's drawers, and with the King's drawers I've just got one of their fold out things, which I actually really like. It's super simple but does the job. Just hook that in there, close that, and I've got another workbench. What I did is I also went to Bunnings and I've upgraded the top of the original one to a wooden one. Looks the part. Mounted an oven there, and I've also got a 60 litre King's fridge hard mounted. So it doesn't come down on a slide, it's just hard mounted in there, and that's the access into it. So plenty of room, and I felt it was better for my storage just to have it hard mounted, so works fine. But yeah, super simple setup, but works. General storage in there, so all my cooking, bit of food, bit of a mess at the moment. Okay, so throw that all in. I've used the oven probably half a dozen times, just throw some pies in there and it does the job. I did it more for a bit of a review for the channel, but yeah, it's kind of tucked away out of the way, and doesn't really waste any space. So I have done an actual standalone video on that if you are interested. Lighting for the canopy. So the lighting for the canopy, very simple. Just got a little switch, just some LED strip lights, just one through here and one in the center. Very simple, but does the job. Okay, well that's pretty much this side. Now we'll jump around and have a look on the other side. Okay, so this side is just used for storage plus the 12 volt setup. What I'm running is a 140 amp hour giant AGM battery. That is charged via a basic isolator to my main starter battery through the alternator. So what that does is it monitors the voltage. When my starter drops below a certain voltage, that will cut out and stop charging my secondary battery. But in addition, I also have the solar panel on the roof that goes through my 20 amp Renogy MPP solar regulator. So that's the unit over here. So that's pumping solar power back into the battery. And then finally I've just got the King's 12 volt what do you call it, switchboard. So yeah, simple. I've got my water pump and my lights wired up to the rocker switches there. Not that I really use them too much, but if I want to stop anyone playing around with my water tank, I can just isolate it from the switchboard. But yeah, apart from that, super simple setup, but it works. It works for what I need. I can charge my batteries for my camera gear, keeps my beers cold in the fridge, and I've got lights. So yeah, that's my kind of canopy rundown. Okay, excuse the mess, but the interior is pretty stock standard. Just got the Oricom handpiece there, and then finally the only other addition is a rear view camera. So I've got a camera hooked up in the tray, and then that's displayed on the rear view mirror there, just to see what's going on in the back. But apart from that, very stock standard. Okay, well that's a real quick rundown of my 2000 Holden Rodeo. What are your thoughts? What do you think? Do you have any other recommended upgrades or mods? At the moment I don't have too much planned for the old Rodeo, so my last mod was a snorkel. That's on. Now it's pretty much just to get out there and use it, but Always keen to hear ideas and thoughts and things you like and don't like. But yeah, for me, it's a great ute, does the job. I have looked at upgrading to a newer ute, but why? Does everything I need and more. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. If you want to see more, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next video. Time to get a fire going, crack a beer, sit back and enjoy this view. Catch you later.